And the job for new Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke. And now we're checking how his replacement will make it onto a special election ballot set for May. Our Montana McLaughlin sat down with leaders from the Montana Republican and Democratic parties and breaks down the process. Montana.
Laurel, today we learned that both major parties have 9 days left to submit their nominee. That's 75 days before the special election, which will be held on May 25th. And it turns out this is the first time in Montana's history this process will take place. The public is gearing up. Do you plan on voting in this special election in May?
Definitely, 100%. And I want to vote for the person who's going to represent us.
What kind of qualities would you like to see in a candidate?
Oh, I'd like to see someone help the people who need the help most. Affordable health care, affordable housing.
A person who has an idea of not only getting jobs, but being responsible in those jobs.
Those are just some qualities Montana politicians hope to find in their next U.S. House representative. We sat down with leaders from both major parties and found each follows its own nomination rules. For the Montana Democrats,
each candidate will give a stump speech, and then sort of the party leaders around the state will choose.
And for the Republicans,
they will have a separate room set aside so that people like me that are delegates that are going over there to vote can go to each of those rooms and visit with each of the people that are running for the nomination.
The voting system for each party varies, but for both, the decision comes down to representatives, delegates, and members of their central committees. Hill and Dayshaw alike have high hopes for their party's next candidate.
I think the one thing the Democrats need to put forward is someone who appeals to everyone from baby boomers to millennials and everybody from Missoula to Miles City.
I'm looking for the most conservative person that can win the general election.
They say frontrunners are already making their mark.
But I think probably the two names right now that are leading would be Greg Gianforte and Senator Ed Buttrey.
Strong runners right now seem to be Representative Amanda Curtis and Rob Quist, actually a well-known musician here in Montana.
But regardless of which candidate, both parties are just hoping they come out on top. Now, for the Democrats, this election also means the chance to reclaim a seat occupied by the Republican Party for the last 2 years. The Democratic Special Convention is scheduled for this Sunday. The state's Republican parties will be the following Monday, and both parties say the nomination process could take several hours. We'll tell you then who the final candidates will be. Live in Missoula, Montana McLaughlin, NBC Montana.
Thank you, Montana. So who are the men and women who want to be on the May ballot? On the list, lawmakers, political newcomers, and even a musician. So let's start with the Republicans. Again, that nominating convention is in Helena Monday at 5 o'clock. Candidates include Ed Buttrey, a state senator from Great Falls, Bozeman technology entrepreneur Greg Gianforte, Kyla State Representative Carl Glimm, Ken Miller, a former state senator from Laurel, Missoula contractor Dean Rabine, and Ed Walker, a former state senator from Billings. Here are the Democratic candidates. That nominating convention is Sunday in Helena. Amanda Curtis, a state representative from Butte. Kelly McCarthy, state representative from Billings. Bozeman attorney John Meyer and Whitefish business owner Link Niemark. Also, we have high school teacher Gary Stein, former Mission Mountain Wood Band musician Rob Quist of Creston, retired Helena businessman Tom Wada, and Missoula's Dan West, a former NASA congressional liaison. We'll be tracking the upcoming nominating conventions in Helena. For more coverage, visit our website, NBCMontana.com. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke's first day in office started with a promise to uphold Teddy Roosevelt's legacy in protecting public lands. We told you when Zinke was sworn in yesterday on the 145th anniversary of Yellowstone National Park. Here are some photos he shared on Twitter this morning as he walked into work for the first day. Today he issued 2 secretarial orders. The first directs bureaus and agencies to immediately identify areas where recreation and fishing can be expanded. The second overturns the recent ban on lead ammunition and fishing tackle